You say you want change, but you treat today like it doesn't matter. You drag your feet through the morning, scroll your mind numb, wait for motivation like it owes you something. You say you believe in the future, but your actions confess otherwise. Because if tomorrow really mattered to you, you'd be obsessed with today. You'd rip comfort from your body like poison. You'd stop flirting with potential and marry discipline. There is no change without clarity. And clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from deciding. Decide who you are. Decide what you stand for. Decide what you will never tolerate again. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding decisions because decisions kill excuses. Once you decide, you can't hide behind confusion. Once you decide, your comfort zones burn. Your mind is not your friend until you train it. Left alone, it chooses comfort over purpose, fear over progress, and distraction over vision. It will lie to you. It will tell you you're tired when you're barely scratched. It will tell you to rest when you've barely started. It will feed you just enough dopamine to keep you passive. And if you obey it, you lose. Every time. So no, this isn't about motivation. This is about war. A war between who you've been and who you could become. A war between your lower self and the one buried beneath the weight of your excuses. If you want to win that war, you don't need more time. You need more intensity. You don't need more books. You need more fire. Mindset isn't a buzzword. It's the blueprint for every result you've ever had. What you believe about stress, struggle, pressure, pain, that's the script running your entire life. If you believe hardship is punishment, you will avoid it. But if you believe hardship is the furnace where strength is born, you will charge into it with intention. Don't talk about potential if you're not willing to suffer for it. Potential is the most useless thing in the world unless you're willing to sacrifice for it. Your ideas mean nothing without execution. Your dreams are irrelevant without action. You don't get to fantasize about greatness and live like a spectator. Either you're building or you're decaying. There is no in-between. Belief isn't some magical force. It's the anchor that keeps you from drifting when everything goes dark. It's not about shouting affirmations in the mirror. It's about standing face to face with your weaknesses and saying, I'm still coming. It's about choosing forward, even when doubt screams louder than faith. Belief means you build when you don't see the results. You persist when the world forgets you. You grind when no one claps. What do you believe about yourself when no one's watching? Because that's your real belief system, not the words you post, not the mask you wear. The real script is running in your silence. And if that script is filled with fear, guilt, hesitation, you must rewrite it with fire. You must burn every false identity and build something unshakable. Vision is oxygen. Without it, your life suffocates. Without it, you wander, you drift, you survive, but you never rise. Vision isn't something you wait for. You craft it. You chisel it from resistance. You define it with decisions. A powerful vision makes mediocrity unbearable. It wakes you up at 4 a.m. It makes you run when others rest. It makes you disciplined when no one's watching. Vision turns effort into obsession. It turns time into urgency. It's not just what you want, it's what you refuse to die without becoming. And if you can't see that future clearly yet, then strip away everything clouding your view: distraction, comparison, doubt. Stop living in other people's lives. Stop worshiping highlight reels and start building a legacy. Your purpose is not out there. It's buried beneath everything you've been too afraid to face. Dig, rip, burn if you have to, but find it. Discipline is freedom, not punishment. The weak run from it, the strong run on it. Because when your emotions scream stop, discipline keeps you moving. When the excitement dies, discipline fuels your fire. Every day you obey your lower self, you dig your own grave. Every day you rise and do the hard thing anyway. You resurrect your life. You don't get stronger by doing what feels good. You get stronger by choosing what is right over what is easy. You get stronger by saying no to shortcuts, no to delays, no to the voice in your head begging for a break. Because that voice is not your ally. It is your greatest enemy. It's the part of you addicted to safety. And the only way to silence it is to outrun it with action. Your actions are your identity, not your thoughts, not your intentions. If your actions don't match your words, then your words are lies. Period. You say you're committed, then show up. You say you're hungry, then go without comfort. You say you're ready, then stop negotiating with weakness. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you permission. You either take control of your mind or it will own you. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice, it's a weapon. It turns scarcity into strength. It takes the pressure you once feared and turns it into power. Because when you're grateful for the struggle loses control over you. When you're grateful for the work becomes worship. Every setback becomes fuel. Every rejection becomes redirection. You stop asking, why me? And start declaring, try me. So don't wish it were easier. Build a stronger back. Don't pray for lighter burdens. Pray for broader shoulders. Stop waiting for signs. You are the sign. You are the signal that your future is possible. The only question is, will you become ruthless enough to earn it? You say you're waiting for the right time. Let me tell you the truth. There is no right time. There is only now. And now is violent. Now is messy. Now is raw and imperfect and full of pressure. And that's exactly why it works. If you wait for perfect, you'll be waiting while your chances bleed out. Time doesn't care if you're ready. Life doesn't pause for your comfort. It moves. And if you don't move with it, you get left behind in your own story. Purpose doesn't find you. It's not a lightning strike. It's not a miracle. Purpose is built, one hard decision at a time. You build it by doing what you said you would do. You build it by showing up when your feelings say no. You build it by replacing comfort with commitment. Most people waste their lives looking for meaning when they should be building momentum. You don't need more motivation. You need more grit. You need to get up when nothing makes sense. You need to execute when you're afraid. You need to stand up in the chaos and say, I'm not going anywhere. Because consistency in chaos creates power. When everyone else is reacting, you're refining. When everyone else collapses, you calibrate. That's how leaders are born, not from ease, from intensity. Your purpose is not convenience, it's confrontation. It confronts your laziness, your lies, your delays. It drags you into battle with your mediocrity and demands, is this who you really are? And you better have an answer, because the world won't wait for you to figure it out. You either evolve or you expire. You don't get to be powerful and passive. You don't get to rise and relax. You don't get to inspire others while avoiding the fire yourself. If you want your life to mean something, then it has to cost you. Time, energy, comfort, ego. Something's got to die if something greater is going to live. You can't keep everything and expect to transform. Vision without execution is delusion. You can't think your way into greatness. You act your way there. Step by bloody step, painful step, exhausting step. And that's the truth they won't tell you. They'll sell you hacks. They'll sell you 10-minute shortcuts and dream boards. But real transformation, that's daily war. That's silence at 5 a.m. That's being misunderstood. That's climbing without applause and doing it again the next day. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not worth waking up for. Because real vision should make you nervous. It should make you doubt everything that came before it. It should pull you so far out of who you've been that even your past starts gasping for air. That's how you know you're moving. Not by how safe you feel, but by how much resistance shows up when you commit. Resistance is the test. It's the weight. And weight builds strength. Most people run from resistance. They call it a sign. They say, maybe it's not meant to be. No. Resistance is the confirmation that you're on the right path. If it's hard, it means it matters. If it hurts, it means you're alive. Keep going. The greatest lie is that you have time. You don't. You have now. And now is begging for urgency. Your dreams are on life support. Your power is caged by hesitation. And every day you delay is another piece of your soul you won't get back. Action isn't just a strategy. It's your salvation. Move. Don't think. Move. Don't wait for courage. Move until courage shows up to join you. If your life feels stuck, it's not because you lack opportunity. It's because you've surrendered your hunger. You've domesticated your ambition. You've traded war for routine, and now you wonder why you feel dead inside. Wake up. You were not built to coast. You were built to conquer, not others yourself, your fear, your weakness, your hesitation. That's the enemy. And the only way to win is forward. There will be days when your mind tells you you're not good enough. Answer it with action. There will be days when your body says rest. Answer it with movement. There will be days when your soul whispers, give up. Answer it with fire. Burn through the noise. Burn through the doubt. Let your discipline be so loud that fear forgets how to speak. Learn to love the grind. Learn to love the silence. Learn to love the days where no one sees you. Because those are the days that build kings. Not the highlight reels, not the stages, the lonely days. The heavy days. The days when no one claps, but you still show up. Those are the days that shape your legacy. You want to change your life? Then change how you show up when it's boring, when it's painful, when it's not working. That's where the breakthrough is. Not in the hype, in the consistency, in the relentless, thankless, invisible work. That's where champions are carved. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't born to be reasonable. You were born to push, to press, to stretch reality until it bends under your will. So stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for signs. Stop needing validation. You already have everything you need except your own permission to go insane for it. And that's what it takes. Insanity. The kind of focused madness that says, I will not be average. I will not be casual. I will not live this life half asleep. That's the kind of energy that breaks timelines. That bends limits. That resurrects lost dreams. That's what tomorrow demands of you. And if you want to change it, you better be ready to burn for it today. You are not tired. You are unaligned. You are not burnt out. You are under-challenged. There's a war inside you between the life you've settled for and the life that still haunts you. And every time you say, I'm fine, you feed the wrong one. Comfort is a slow poison. It tastes like peace and feels like decay, and every second you stay there, something inside you dies. You were not born to maintain. You were born to expand. The mind shrinks when it has no mission. The soul rots when it has no stretch. And no, that doesn't mean chasing dopamine highs or empty applause. It means building something so real, so demanding, so powerful that the old you has no choice but to collapse under the weight of your next level. Everything you want lives on the other side of discomfort, and discomfort is not your enemy. It's your invitation to rise, to grow, to become. But most people run. They run from sweat, from silence, from sacrifice. They build their whole lives to avoid the friction. And in doing so, they avoid themselves. What do you think greatness feels like? Ease? Flow? A spa day? No. It feels like pressure. It feels like friction. It feels like standing in a storm with your hands wide open screaming, more. That's what it means to be alive. That's what it means to matter. You don't get greatness without pain. You don't get legacy without loss. And you sure as hell don't get purpose without discipline. If you want a life that lasts, you better learn to do the hard things without needing applause. You better learn to wake up on fire without someone telling you you're special. Because if you still need external energy to move, you're not ready for what you say you want. Success is not something you chase, it's something you embody. And embodiment happens when you stop performing and start becoming. Resilience isn't just about surviving pain. It's about translating it, using it. You don't get stronger by avoiding struggle. You get stronger by assigning it, meaning by standing inside the pain and declaring, this will not break me, it will build me. You turn your scars into armor, your heartbreak into hunger, your failures into fuel. Bounce back faster, not softer. Get up harder than you fell. Life will hit you. People will betray you. Your plans will shatter. Good, let them. You weren't here to be protected. You were here to be unleashed. So let the storm come. Let the chaos come. Let the pain sharpen your edge until there's nothing left in you but fire and focus. And when people ask how you did Ethal, you kept going when everything screamed, quit, you won't need to explain. They'll see it in your eyes, in your walk, in your work. Because real power doesn't announce itself. It moves differently. It speaks in silence. It breathes in motion. And when you become that, you never have to prove anything again. Flexibility isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Adapt or die. Pivot or perish. The world doesn't care how rigid your plan is. It will test your ego and slap your expectations to the ground. Your ability to adjust without collapsing is your real superpower. If your plan breaks, bend. If your path shifts, move. But do not stop. Do not lose the fire. The goal is never the map. The goal is the mission. Keep it alive. Some days will go wrong. Some weeks will go dark. Some seasons will break you down to nothing. That doesn't mean you failed. That means you're in it. That means you're alive. That means you're carrying something real. So stop trying to feel okay. Stop trying to escape the weight. Lean into it. Let it forge you. You weren't built for balance. You were built for impact. You're not here to survive the day. You're here to dominate it. You're here to walk into the chaos with your chest out and your mind locked. You're here to outlast the excuses, outperform the doubt, and outwork the noise. You're here to extract purpose from pain, to weaponize every wound, to build a mindset so unshakable that even failure fears you. And all of it starts with a choice. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now. The choice to stop waiting, to stop shrinking, to stop negotiating with your lesser self. The choice to act like your future depends on it, because it does. The choice to show up like you're already the person you keep pretending to be. That choice is yours. Always has been. Always will be. So ask yourself, what are you still tolerating? What patterns are you still justifying? What stories are you still replaying that keep you small? Because until you confront them violently, honestly, unapologetically, you will keep reliving the same year and calling it growth. Enough. Burn the script. Write a new one. One where you're not the victim of your past, but the master of your momentum. Learning never stops. The moment you think you know enough is the moment your edge starts dulling. Stay hungry. Stay stupid. Stay willing to be wrong, because humility is the secret gate to mastery. The people who rise are not the ones who act like they know everything. They're the ones who can't sleep until they know more. Obsess over learning like your life depends on it, because your future does. Knowledge isn't power until it's tested. Read, yes. Study, yes. But then throw yourself into the fire. Let experience punch your theories in the mouth. Let life challenge every idea until what remains is real. That's how wisdom is born, not in books, but in battles. And that's what this is. A battle between you and the voice that wants to keep you soft. Between you and the version of yourself that survives but never thrives. Between you and the one who waits instead of wages war. So go to war. Go to war with hesitation, with distraction, with every excuse you've ever fed yourself about why you can't. Because if you don't, no one will. No one can. This is your story. And right now, it's being written with your choices, your actions, your obsession, or your avoidance. You don't get to blame. You don't get to delay. You don't get to opt out. You're already in it. So be in it with power, with clarity, with discipline, and with insane belief in who you're becoming. You've come this far, not by accident, not by luck, but because somewhere deep down, even when you were surrounded by noise, by doubt, by fear, something in you refused to die. Something in you refused to settle. That thing, that's your truth. That's your signal. That's the part of you that never needed permission, just a trigger. So let this be that trigger. From this moment forward, every excuse is dead. Every delay is buried. You no longer wait for confidence. You generate it. You no longer chase discipline. You embody it. You no longer ask life for direction, you give it direction. Because the version of you who hesitated, questioned, backed down, that version doesn't belong in the life you're about to build. This is not about becoming someone new. It's about stripping everything that isn't you. The doubt, the fear, the self-sabotage, all of it was learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. You were not born weak. You were taught to doubt. You were not born confused. You were taught to fear your own power. But now, you choose something different. You choose clarity. You choose fire. You choose to remember who you really are. And here's the truth. Most people will never get there. Not because they can't, but because they won't. Because the moment things get hard, they run. The moment the mirror reflects their flaws, they break it. The moment discipline whispers, they turn up the volume on distraction. And that's the cost of average. A life of regret padded by excuses. But not you. Not anymore. From now on, you move with violence, with intention, with strategy. You study yourself. You audit your habits like a scientist. You don't flinch at failure. You dissect it. You extract the lesson. You sharpen your edge. You rise cleaner, harder, smarter. You become so damn consistent that chaos bends around your discipline. The world will test you. It will try to exhaust you, confuse you, tempt you. It will hand you 0 ways to forget your power. But you don't fold. You don't fumble your mission for a moment of relief. You rise anyway. Because the storm doesn't stop a mountain, and it sure as hell won't stop you. You stop asking for motivation. You become the motivation. You stop waiting for the right moment. You create the moment. You stop hoping for alignment. You forge it through fire. You stop waiting for signs because you are the sign. And from now on, your actions speak so loudly, no one ever questions what you're building. People won't understand your obsession. Good. That's how you know it's real. They'll tell you to slow down. They'll tell you to relax. They'll tell you to be realistic. But realistic is just code for average, and you didn't come this far to live at the mercy of what makes others comfortable. You didn't come this far to blend in. You came to break patterns, burn limits, and build something so undeniable that even your enemies have to respect it. You've already seen what happens when you play small. You've already felt the sickness of potential wasted, the ache of a day half-lived, the pain of knowing you could have done more. That version of you, the one who compromises, who delays, who tiptoes, is dead now. You buried them with every rep, every early morning, every choice that no one applauded but you still made anyway. This is your rebirth. Not with noise, but with proof. Not with hype, but with heat. You wake up ruthless. You go to war with passivity. You crush excuses underfoot. And every day you feel like quitting, you remember. This isn't just about you. This is about everyone who will be freed by your example. Everyone who will rise because you chose not to fall. Everyone who will believe because you refuse to stop. You want to change the world? Start by changing your standard. You want to build something immortal? Start by doing something uncomfortable. You want legacy? Then live like one day your name will be studied. Your moves dissected. Your mindset copied. Live like you are already legendary, and eventually reality will catch up. No more waiting. No more wishing. No more someday. This is the moment. This is the line. On one side is everything you were. On the other side is everything you demand to become. And the only way across is all in. No turning back. No fallback plans. No safety nets. Just pressure, purpose, and power. If it doesn't challenge you, it can't change you. If it doesn't scare you, it doesn't stretch you. If it doesn't burn, it doesn't build. So seek the burn. Crave the stretch. Own the challenge. And let every step forward be a warning shot to your limits, that their days are numbered. Because when you go all in, the universe gets out of your way. When you commit without apology, the path appears. When you act like your life depends on it, it transforms. Not overnight, not easily, but permanently. So go. Go until your name is no longer just spoken, it's felt. Go until your legacy is no longer just a vision, it's a weapon. Go until every day becomes a declaration not of who you wish you were, but of who you chose to become. Go insane today, so tomorrow is never the same again.